This is part 9 of my do-it-yourself 3D printed scale Bally pinball machine. This video shows how the overlay is applied. My original plan was to use a overlay with 5-color printing, where white is also printed. This means it is not necessary to paint the background white. Unfortunately, adding the white background, at least at the print shop where I place my orders, is a manual process that is prone to errors. As can be seen here, the labels are missing in some of the transparent areas for the lamps. This overlay is therefore not usable. To avoid errors during the next print run, I have decided to order a 4-color print without white. Unfortunately, this means that the playfield has to be painted white, which is an incredible amount of work, as can be seen in the next sections of this video. This is the newly ordered overlay in 4-color print, also known as CMYK printing. This overlay is now error-free and will be applied to the playfield. Here it is briefly visible that the back side of the overlay does not have any white backing. Since the playfield will be painted white, I will briefly sand it again with very fine sandpaper. The lamps must be covered with stickers before painting. It is important that the stickers are exactly the same size as the lamps and are applied precisely. The pink stickers are slightly too large. Here I'm checking whether another sticker variant is a bit smaller by placing them on top of each other for comparison. Fortunately, the white stickers are slightly smaller, and I can use them without any further issues. I used printable sticker paper for the arrows, which now need to be cut out accurately by hand. I'm painting the playfield with white polyurethane paint, using the same method I previously used for the clear coat. Sanding before the second coat is necessary. Because of the stickers, it's now a bit more tedious, as I have to sand around them. I'm therefore using a smaller sanding block or just pieces of sandpaper to sand around the stickers by hand. The stickers now need to be removed. I do this once the paint has dried but before it has fully cured. This timing allows the stickers to be removed cleanly and ensures a sharp paint edge around the lamp openings, without any fraying or tearing of the paint. Unfortunately, some of the stickers are very difficult to remove. I turn on the lamps to check whether I may have missed any stickers that still need to be removed from the playfield. To remove any adhesive residue from the lamp surfaces, I use cotton swabs dipped in turpentine and clean the lamps with these. Due to the masking with stickers, a noticeable height difference has formed between the lamp areas and the white painted playfield. To compensate for this, I'm now applying a layer of clear coat over the lamps. Since there was still a significant height difference, I applied another layer of clear coat to the lamp areas. This time using a much heavier application. In hindsight, I deeply regretted this decision. I'm sanding the playfield here to remove excess clear coat. While doing so, I noticed that the thick layer of clear coat has caused the lamps to sit significantly higher than the playfield. To continue sanding down the lamps without removing the white paint layer, I need to apply another layer of clear coat to the playfield and then sand it again. These two steps must be repeated several times. To be able to use a coarser sandpaper and initially sand down only the raised clear coat on top of the lamps, I apply Scotch tape to the sanding block. Since the lamps are still too high and sanding the entire surface would be too labor-intensive, I'm now sanding each raised lamp individually by hand. I'm checking for height differences using a steel ball. These can be clearly heard when the ball rolls over the lamps. Unfortunately, the lamps are still too high. Since the lamps are still too high, I'll try a different method. I use the blade of a utility knife to plane the lamps down, so to speak. The advantage of this method is that I can use the blade to check the height of the lamp relative to the playfield. Since, after all the coating steps, some coat has also run into the holes need to be sanded as well. Now that the playing field is leveled, I just need to drill the screw holes a little on the surface. A lot of coat has already seeped into these holes, and they would be difficult to find after applying the overlay. The playfield is now finally ready for the overlay to be applied. To align the overlay precisely with the lamps, I turn the lamps on. To prevent the overlay from slipping during alignment, I place plexiglass sheets on top of it. After the overlay is precisely aligned, I fix it to the playfield using a piece of plexiglass and clamps. To prevent the overlay from curling up while applying it and to make it easier to control with one hand, I attach a wooden strip to the end of the overlay using adhesive tape. Now I peel the overlay off the backing paper on the non-fixed half and cut it off. Then I slowly apply this half to the playfield. Using a cotton glove works very well for this, as it glides smoothly over the overlay. The same procedure is carried out with the other half. To ensure better adhesion, the overlay is now pressed firmly onto the playfield. The excess parts of the overlay are carefully and precisely trimmed along the edge of the playfield using a utility knife. All the holes in the playfield are carefully cut out with a scalpel. The overlay is now pierced with a scalpel at all the screw holes. This ensures that the holes can be easily found later when inserting the screws. I use a black marker to color the holes for the 6-drop target assembly, since they are too bright compared to the dark overlay. In the next video, all assemblies, flippers, posts, and so on will be reinstalled on the playfield. Many thanks for watching.